the North American heavyweight tournament, but today it could be one of his sternest tests ever. He takes on the TV champion, the Patriot.
You know, the Patriot, I'm not going to call him a slouch because he's gone through a lot of tough competition. He is a champion, but he's a little bit greedy because he's going after his second belt. I don't have to introduce myself to anybody. They know who I am. I've been very, very successful in this profession. Held many, many titles, many, many times. I don't need a partner because I can get the task done myself. The Patriot, I've watched you. I've seen you on television. I've seen you in arenas. I've watched you up close in person. You're tough, but you're going to get a tough test because when I step into the ring, I'm coming for one thing. I'm going to eliminate you and anybody in my way because I want that GWF championship belt around my waist.
He is the TV champion, but right now he's in the second round of the North American tournament, that is. I'm getting all confused here. His second round match is probably going to be one of the toughest tests he has ever faced, as he will be facing one of the top wrestlers in the entire world today. The Demolisher, former half of the World Tag Team Champions. This man, as we have said before, he's been part of a three-man team. He's been part of six-man championships. He's been part of tag team championships. He's held championships in Japan. And right now, we are here in the second round of the North American tournament. And this man is taking on the Patriot. This is going to be a tough test for both men.
What an imposing figure that Axis the Demolisher cuts walking to that ring, and that leather and spiked get-up and that mask that he wears, playing a sight game with his opponent. But his opponent tonight is the Patriot. I don't know that anything can psych this guy out.
Well, we've seen him under all sorts of conditions, and I'll tell you right now, the man is a championship caliber wrestler. He is the TV champion, and he is a championship caliber person. So we will see as Axis the Demolisher takes on the Patriot. One of these two men, and only one, can continue in the tournament.
As the other tournaments have been, Joe, it's worth repeating that three men will advance to the actual finals. There will be a coin flip. One person of the three will receive a bye into the actual final match. The other two will wrestle a playoff match with the winner of that match to meet the man who received the bye. The winner of that final match will be the Global Wrestling Federation North American Heavyweight Champion.
And right now, the Patriot has got Axis in a headlock, putting the pressure on that, keeping the man off his feet. May be the way to defeat Axis. There has not been an awful lot of wrestlers around the world who have found a way to beat Axis in the past several years. But right now, the Patriot is going to have to find a way if he is going to continue in his quest to hold the North American Heavyweight Championship belt.
Long, successful tenure as one half of the World Tag Team Champions. Axis the Demolisher. He's certainly seen them all. It's hard to think of any one wrestler that he at least hasn't wrestled himself or wrestled somebody who's wrestled them. He has either first degree or second degree wrestled just about everybody out there. So he's seen it all, and I don't know the Patriot in his limited years in wrestling would have anything to put up against Axis that Axis hasn't seen before. Patriot's going to have to just rely on his own ring savvy and his strength against Axis.
All right, this match, a lot of this match taking place on the mat is the Patriot, I think, has decided that the way to keep Axis at bay may very well be to keep him on the mat. Axis now turns him over. He has him cradled. He almost got a 3 count. Almost. some of the fans even thinking that he got a 3 count. But as we just saw, the referee found that Axis was pulling the trunks and flipped the Patriot back over. He's not going to allow a count when he sees that Axis is pulling the tights of the Patriot.
Well, there you see a good look at the back of the massive television champion, the Patriot. Spends many hours in the gymnasium keeping that physique and keeping himself in tip-top shape to defend that TV championship all over the Global Wrestling Federation.
I understand, as a matter of fact, he has some title defenses coming up throughout some of the United States over the next couple of weeks. 2 count once again on the Patriot. We are talking with the Patriot about defending that title right here on television. That is going to be happening in the near future also, as the TV champion must defend his title on television in the Global Wrestling Federation.
That's a super rule, that if you're going to be the television champion, you should defend the championship on television. It only makes sense. And the Patriot, I'm sure, will be more than happy to put that title on the line on television against the top contenders whenever he is asked to by the Competition and Championship Committee of the GWF.
All right, the Patriot trying to work his way now out of this head scissors, and he's going back and forth, and there he did it. He got out, and a pull of the mask puts him right back in it, but this time the Patriot just comes right out.
And the mask is supposed to protect you from that sort of thing, and now you see Axis trying once again to get a little extra leverage. Patriot, this time, the mask protects him from that. The mask does so many things for the Patriot. You can't see if he's in pain. You can't see if he's happy. You can't see any facial expression. You can't pull the hair for that extra bit of leverage. The mask certainly works to the advantage of the man wearing it.
Axis now right back down on the mat with the Patriot, but this time it's Axis putting his weight on the Patriot, got his arms wrapped around and is just squeezing on the head of the Patriot. Axis just wearing down the Patriot, wearing him down and just squeezing, as we said. We've got to take a break, folks. Right now would be a good time to take a break. We're going to take a break, and we will keep our cameras rolling. We'll be back, and this match continues. All right, folks, while we've been away, several times the Patriot has escaped from this hole, but several times that is what has happened. Axis has got him right back down in it and has used the mask to keep him down there. Every time the Patriot gets out of the maneuver, Axis finds a way to put him right back in it, obviously trying to take the breath and take the strength away from the Patriot here in the match.
And there you see finally the Patriot successfully escaping after several opportunities to get out of that rear chin lock. The Patriot finally extracts himself from it, and now he has Axis in a bad way.
He's got the arm of the big demolisher, and right now he's got it barred, but where's he going to go with it? This is the problem when you got somebody as big as Axis, but the Patriot holds on to it, brings him on over, and I'm going to tell you something that surprises me, Scott. A lot of this match is taking place on the mat. I would have thought with these two men, it would have been more of a brawling style, but we're seeing a real wrestling match here today on Supercard.
Some classic amateur moves, and being that we don't know an awful lot about the background of these two men, the Patriot we know precious little about, and Axis, his entire career has been one brawl after another. Obviously, both men have some sort of amateur wrestling background.
Well, we are seeing a lot of good classic wrestling moves in this match, as the Patriot now has got Axis down again, still working on that arm. It's hard to tell from his viewpoint is that if he has a short arm scissors on him, but it looks like it. He's using his legs and his arm to control the arm of Axis, and now he goes back to barring it. This time Axis takes it and just throws the Patriot outside the ring. And the Patriot landed right on his head. He landed on the side of his head. Axis is going out after him. And now he takes him and just rams his head there into the stage here at the Global Dome. Axis obviously having no respect whatsoever for where they are or where the battle takes place, as he has now got the Patriot again, rams his head right down into the staging area. And they are up on the stage, and Axe is smart enough to go back in the ring to keep from being counted out, because being counted out is not going to help at all in this situation, especially if both men are counted out. So he goes back and breaks the count, and now the Patriot, trying to come back into the ring, is met by Axis, met with a forearm, and now Axis just dragging him into the ring.
And this is a tournament match. Axis has got to keep his eye on the prize, if you will. He's got to remember, beating the Patriot is one thing, and there's the Cobra.
He's got him in a Cobra hold. This has been the move that has been winning the matches for Axis here in Global. Axis has got him. Then, as a matter of fact, some of the crowd yelling, "The party's over." The referee says that's one. That's two. And the Patriot, the Patriot says no. The Patriot holds that arm up. He says no. The Patriot climbing to his feet, climbing back up. The Patriot, and the Patriot now slamming into the head. He's got to try and get out of this Cobra, or he's not going to be able to continue in the tournament.
You don't know too many people who have escaped from the Cobra, whether it was put on you by the likes of the Masked Superstar, Sergeant Slaughter, any of the great wrestlers who use the Cobra.
And once again, the referee gets all the way up to the 3 count before the Patriot is able to keep his arm up. How much longer is the Patriot going to be able to do this? How much longer is the Patriot going to be able to escape from the Cobra hold put on by Axis? Axis takes him into the ropes, throws him into the ropes now, comes off, and misses with that flying. He was going for that flying forearm and missed. The Patriot going to the top rope. Is he going to be able to use the missile? Does he have his wits about him? He's been in the Cobra hole. Axis is climbing up. Yes, he gets the missile right in the face. 1, 2. Yes, he got it. The Patriot has defeated Axis the Demolisher. The Patriot will continue. Let's go back and take a look. Axis was trying for that move. He was going for that flying clothesline but missed. The Patriot then climbs to the top rope. Even though he's a little disoriented, he is able to get on the top rope, and there's the missile, and there's in the 3 count, the Patriot, the winner of this match, will be back. We've got more coming up. What a great day this has been.